Hi, my name's Deanna and I am filming a little video diary for the website Really Makes You Ink, which is run by Kerry. You may have noticed I was featured on it for my Bowling for Soup tattoo, this one right here, as well as the many others that I do have. She's doing a wonderful job with all these amazing tattoos, so I figured I'd help her out and I'd make a little video diary. So today I am going to dragon tattoo in Wakefield, and I am having a Harley Quinn portrait on my calf. It's a 2-hour sitting, so a very long time. So I do have some top tips for having a tattoo done. So number one is eat a meal before you go. It's always a good idea. Make it quite a big meal if you can. I've heard about people passing out, feeling sick and all sorts. Number two is to dress comfortably. I am wearing this shirt, vest top, and I'll be wearing 3/4 length leggings so that I can quite comfortably have my leg of my leggings up. If you're having something like on your wrist or your hands, you know, as long as it's easy accessible, it's not really important. If you are going, like I said, if you are going to be sitting for a really long time, it's important to be comfortable. Make sure you can cover yourself if you get too cold, take something off if you get too hot, because you will be sat in the same position for a long time. Number three is to take some sugar with you, not literal sugar, like a fizzy drink, a bar of chocolate, a bag of Haribo, something like that. Because it helps throughout the process to keep your blood sugars up. As I said, you're not moving about, you obviously lose some blood, and it helps with the pain. So that's another good one. Number four is aftercare. Have a little research. If you've never had a tattoo before, ask people what they use, what they prefer to use, what they think is best if they've used several. I myself use Palmer's cocoa butter, this one right here. I find it's fantastic. I used to use the Panthen, but unfortunately they change their formula quite regularly to keep up with their target audience, which is parents and babies. So they're always looking for their best formula, but unfortunately the change can cause a reaction. When I had this one here, it come up in all red around it. It wasn't very pleasant. I tried elbow grease from Lush, but for me, a little bit oily, not very easy to keep in the bottom of your bag if you're going somewhere and you need to take it with you. But it was nice. It makes your skin feel very soft. And then someone recommended the Palmer's cocoa butter, and I have not looked back since. Because it's a moisturiser, it takes care of your skin as well. Stops it from getting too dry and sore. It's in that little handy tube, so you can take it with you, and makes your skin smell like chocolate. What more do you need? Yeah, so I think that's covered everything on my aftercare. So as I said, I'm going to Dragon Tattoo in Wakefield, and I am seeing Kev, and he has been tattooing for 20 years. It's a family business. His dad is one of the oldest tattooists in Wakefield, in the country, and he's 72 now, and he's been doing it for a very long time. And I believe it was his dad who originally opened Dragon Tattoo. And now Kev's nephew works there, his niece works there, and his dad works there as well. So I will get back to you guys when I get to the shop. Hi, so I'm on my way to the tattoo studio. My appointment's in about 10 minutes. Picked up myself a bottle of Diet Coke and myself some more cocoa butter. I have it, as I said before, I'm having my tattoo done at Dragon Tattoo in Wakefield. It's one of the oldest tattoo studios in Wakefield. And the gentleman who owns it, which is my tattoo artist's dad, is one of the oldest tattooists in the country. I can't remember exactly how old he is though. So I'm having Harley Quinn today. So yeah, I'll film some more when we go in.
shit.
So we're here in Kev's room in the tattoo shop. He's just put my stencil on, so I will just show you that. We've had to change the design a little bit, so some of the detail in the original pictures had to be taken out because otherwise it would have to be huge. The detailing around the frame's also been taken off for now, and I can always add it on later. So another excuse to do another video. Today we're only doing the line work. We're going to give it a little bit of time after that and then go in to do the colour. So this is Kev, he's my tattooist. He's done, what, 90% of my tattoos now?
Yeah, I'm also like...
So we're not too far off done. There we go. I'm not going to lie, this is quite painful. As proof there. Yeah, so it's going very well. So you may have noticed I am in a change of clothes. It's because I'm filming this last bit of the video the following day. Unfortunately, when I got home, I didn't feel very well. I'll go into that in a little bit. So we finished the line work. It took, I think it was just under 2 hours, or around the 2-hour mark, to get done. It was quite painful. I won't lie about that. So here's a photo of the finished line work. So I mentioned earlier that I didn't feel well after my tattoo. It was my own fault. I broke my own tips. I didn't eat enough before I went, and I didn't take enough sugary items with me. So it just goes to show you that it's really important, not a mistake to make. So you're probably wondering why I chose Harley. I chose Harley because she's a bit of an inspiration to me, in the fact that she uses everything she has to her advantage. She's a very strong, intelligent woman who cares so deeply and passionately about the world, animals, other people, and I think that's a wonderful way to live life. She's also very in the moment, which is great. So for my Harley, I used this book to choose which Harley. It's a book that is every comic cover that Harley has been in 25 years, which, FYI, is 170. Who knew? Yeah, so this is the Harley I chose. This one right here, which is from the first cover of Harley Quinn Rebirth. Just right there. So my final aftercare tips, which is when you get home, I normally leave my wrap on for about an hour if I'm heading straight home after my tattoo. If not, I leave it on till I get home. So in this instance, I went and got lunch, and I probably got home I finished at about 12:30, got home about 2 maybe, 2:30. So then I took the wrap off and I cleaned it. Now the best way I find to clean tattoos is to let the water run quite naturally. If you're using a shower, be careful because the jets can be quite painful on it because obviously it'd be sensitive. So try and use, if you can, a tap and use the water to just rinse it and let the gunk on the actual tattoo come off itself. Obviously around the tattoo you can clean off the blood and the ink. When you dry it, this is what I do, excuse the blanket, is you take the towel, lay it over and just pat it until it's dry, nice and gently, and it dries it off wonderfully. So after that, you put your cream on, not too much, not too little. It's one of those, start with a little bit and add more if you need it. You will find everything will stick to you. We have animals, and we have 3 of us with long hair, so I generally find at least somebody's hair is stuck to me. Previous tattoos, I got a bit of paper stuck to me when I fell asleep in bed on top of something, woke up with it stuck to me. lovely. The cat, the dog, anything will stick to you. Some people wrap before they get dressed, depending on where the tattoo is and what they're wearing. For now, I'm just living in 3/4 length leggings. That's what I'm doing. But I know people who will cream, wrap, put their jeans on, go out, come home, and then let take the wrap off and let the tattoo breathe, because that's very important. So next thing is when your tattoo starts to scab, which it will, and it will look gross. And if you've never had a tattoo, you might even panic a little bit. I know I did for my first one. Don't worry, unless you've got a reason to think that it looks infected, it will scab. It's expected. Rule number 1, don't pick the scabs. Don't do it. As tempting as it may be, it can pull the ink out. It can cause you to then have gaps where the ink's not taken because you've pulled the scab. It could cause infections. A tattoo is still an open wound, so you have to think about that. You need to let it heal and do its thing. But once it's all sort of done and finished, it'll look great. It also means you'll know whether you need to have a touch-up. A touch-up is, if you have a look at this one here, you can see it's a little bit patchy on the red. Red doesn't like me very much, so I have to have that touched up, which Kev is going to do next week for me. So you can see where the ink hasn't 100% taken, and they can just put a little more on, layer it on till it is nice and lovely again. So yeah, that's my aftercare tips. So I am booked in for the 9th of February, and that will be part 2 of this video. We're going to put my colour in. I'm probably going to be there again for about 2 hours. This time I'm not going to make the same mistakes, and I'm going to eat properly and take plenty of sugar with me. I would also like to ask, what questions would you like to ask a tattoo artist? It can be anything you want to ask. Send them to Really Makes You Ink. I will put all the relevant information down here, so you will be able to see that. That should be on your screen now. So send any questions. It's exciting. Anything. So I want to say thank you to Kerry for giving me the opportunity to make a video. I've never done it before. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope maybe I've been helpful. If you know something that maybe I should cover in the next video, then feel free to drop it right there and let me know. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks when I get all my colour done. See you later.